In this video, I want to talk about solid edge sketching. I'll go ahead and start a new ANSI metric part from a template in Solid Edge. From here, I'm going to open up a sketch. I'll click on the line command. Next, select the plane. Solid Edge wants you to use click-click sketching. What I mean by that is you click and release at the start point of the line, and then click and release at the end point of the line. Solid Edge is going to assume that you want to make a chain of sketch entities, so it will keep on sketching that line until you tell it that you're done, or you complete a closed-loop profile. We can use inferencing and automatic relationships. There are a couple other commands that you might need to know while you're sketching. You can end the chain by hitting the right click. This keeps the line tool active, but it interrupts chaining of lines. If you hit escape, that will kick you out of the line command, but you remain in the sketch. SolidWorks allows click-click or click-drag sketching. In Solid Edge, click-drag sketching is only associated with FreeSketch. FreeSketch is a function within the sketch environment that allows you to drag a random shape with the cursor, and Solid Edge will give you a line, an arc, a rectangle, or a circle. And users who are new to Solid Edge will need to spend some time to get used to this method. But longtime Edge users are able to use this to very quickly make a few shapes on the screen. If you've created a mess like I have, you can use Control-A to select all and then delete. I'll use Control-Z to get all of that back and use Fence Select to the right. That selects everything inside the fence, and Fence Select to the left selects everything crossing the fence. Here are some tools that should be familiar to you. For example, if you draw a line, click, and then you want to continue with a tangent arc, you can use the keyboard shortcut A in Solid Edge, just like in SolidWorks. And then use the zones of intent at the end of that line to make a tangent arc, a perpendicular arc, an anti-tangent arc, and then Solid Edge will switch you back to the line. You can switch back and forth between lines and arcs using A and L on the keyboard. Notice also that from time to time I get a tangent or horizontal symbol on the cursor. This is allowing me to get some automatic relations, another thing that you're used to from using SolidWorks. There's another keyboard shortcut that you can use with line drawing. For example, if you've already started a line, you can use the S keyboard shortcut and it will draw a symmetrical line as if you had started at the midpoint. Solid Edge has a functionality called IntelliSketch that will help you with your sketching. You've got to remember a 4-letter acronym: MICE, midpoint, intersection, center point, and endpoint. To use IntelliSketch, I'm going to create a line and then hover over that line, and I'll use the M keyboard shortcut. Now I'm sketching from the midpoint of that line. I can hover over the arc and use the C, and now I'm sketching from the center point. You can use the E, and it snaps to the end point of the line. Sketch dimensions have been covered in another video, but we can talk about some important settings here. First, to get an actual dimension when you key in a number for sketch elements, use IntelliSketch options, auto dimension, automatically create dimensions for new geometry, and then use the only when geometry is created with a keyed in values switch. Here's how this works. If we sketch a rectangle, Solid Edge wants us to key in dimensions for the length, width, and the angle of the rectangle. As soon as we key in all three, Solid Edge actually adds those dimensions to the rectangle. If we were to sketch a rectangle without dimensions, it would not add any dimensions. Auto dimension, when geometry is drawn, will automatically apply length dimensions to everything you sketch, which to me seems less productive. Because most SolidWorks users are very concerned about fully defined sketches, there are a couple of other settings that you will need to know. To identify fully defined sketches with black lines, there is a setting at Inspect, Relationship Colors. Next, let's sketch a rectangle and fully define it, and then drag the rectangle onto the origin, which SolidEdge calls the base. Notice that as soon as you sketch the rectangle, it is blue, even if it is partially or fully defined. This is SolidEdge default behavior and the way it works if you don't use the setting of relationship colors. Notice the sketch has turned from blue to black because it is fully defined. Now let's exit this sketch and create another sketch with just a circle using one of the existing planes. Click at the center and then click the radius, and then again with this underdefined sketch, exit. Now notice that we have two sketches, one which is fully defined and one which is underdefined. But right now you can't tell the difference from the Pathfinder. So let's go to SolidEdge Options, General, Indicate Under Constrained Profiles in the Pathfinder, and this will help us tell the difference. The underdefined sketch has a red pencil next to it. This is the underdefined sketches setting from options that we just set. These techniques and options will help SolidWorks users use SolidEdge more effectively. Thanks for watching.